On TV, the bow-tie-wearing Christopher Kimball charms audiences with his dry wit and no-nonsense attitude about all things food. But off-screen, Kimball has encountered many personal and professional setbacks. For more than 2 decades, Kimball has served the greater community of foodies, home chefs, and food TV fans with a variety of educational and entertaining media. As a longtime contributor and editor at Cooks Illustrated and a memorable co-host of 2 TV series, Cook's Country and America's Test Kitchen, Kimball earned his position as a tastemaker in the ongoing cultural conversation about food.
My modest proposal is to teach Americans a different way of cooking.
He's also suffered a lot for his art and his livelihood, as numerous personal tragedies and legal battles have infiltrated his life and work. Kimball has been married a total of 3 times. Details regarding his first marriage remain privately held information, except for the fact that it ended with a divorce. In 1987, Kimball married Adrienne Kimball, with whom he fathered 2 children. The Kimballs were together until they formally separated in 2010, with a divorce finalized in 2012. Less than a year after his divorce from Adrienne, Kimball got married again, this time to Melissa Lee Baldino. 25 years Kimball's junior, Baldino worked as an executive producer on his America's Test Kitchen TV and radio series after previously serving as his personal assistant. When Kimball abruptly left America's Test Kitchen and started Christopher Kimball's Milk Street, Baldino joined her husband at the new venture, where she is currently listed as a co-founder and media director. A divorce is an emotionally and legally difficult process for everyone involved. Kimball's split from Adrienne was made all the more complex when she sued the TV host for violating the terms of their divorce agreement. When the couple's split was made official, Kimball agreed to share future earnings with his ex. However, in January 2017, Adrienne filed a lawsuit alleging that her former spouse broke the agreement they had both signed and that she was owed more than $112,000 across all income streams. In addition to being sued by his ex, Kimball was also forced out of America's Test Kitchen in November 2015. Kimball was ousted by the show's parent company, Boston Common Press. According to an email sent to employees, Kimball would retain his minority ownership in America's Test Kitchen, the company that oversees production of Cooks Illustrated magazine, and the TV shows America's Test Kitchen and Cook's Country. However, he would lose his role as an active participant in its numerous multimedia projects. Internal turmoil began to develop at Boston Common Press in September 2015, according to the Los Angeles Times, after David Nussbaum ascended to the company's CEO position over Kimball. In the end, a disagreement over money led the 2 sides to part ways. Nussbaum said in a statement on behalf of Boston Common Press, "We made every effort to offer Chris a reasonable contract that reflected his significant contributions to the company, and are disappointed that we could not reach an agreement." 6 months after his sudden departure from America's Test Kitchen and its various print, TV, and online incarnations, Kimball had a new food media empire up and running. In May 2016, he opened Milk Street Kitchen in Boston, which offered a new magazine and a public TV show. That series, Christopher Kimball's Milk Street, was up and running on PBS affiliates by 2017. Milk Street also included a radio program, a system of cooking instructional classes, and a line of cookbooks.
I think what I've learned at Milk Street is there is no such thing as perfect authenticity.
However, the new leaders of America's Test Kitchen filed suit against Milk Street in October 2016, alleging that Kimball and his new media group literally and conceptually ripped off Kimball's former company, according to the New York Times. Following 3 years of legal maneuvering, America's Test Kitchen and Milk Street put the suit to rest in 2019, with Kimball forced to sell his remaining shares in America's Test Kitchen. Meanwhile, Kimball won a different Milk Street-related lawsuit. In 2017, a judge ruled that Kimball's business didn't infringe on the rights of a Boston restaurant called the Milk Street Cafe on account of how the 2 operate in totally different realms.